All right. So again, welcome everyone. We're excited that you're here tonight. This presentation is about the Master of Science in Accountancy program at California State University at Long Beach. This session is being recorded and everyone will receive a copy of the PowerPoint presentation as well as a link to the recording just as soon as the session ends this evening. I'm going to go ahead and introduce and turn it over to Dr. Rod Smith.
Good evening or good morning, depending on where you are. I'm Rod Smith. I am the director of the MS Accountancy program. I'm also the director of graduate programs and work with Lindsay. So between the two of us, I think we can answer all of your questions about applications to our program. I'm going to talk a little bit about the job market for accountants in the U.S. I'm going to talk about Cal State Long Beach, talk a little bit about our program, and then I'm going to shut up and let Lindsay talk about how to apply. Okay, so looking around, the question is always, why would somebody want to become a certified public accountant? Well, if you go to Robert Half, roberthalf.com, and probably the largest corporate recruiter, and you can find out something about current salaries, what jobs are hot, what skills are hot. So it's a really excellent resource. And I've given you the link there on these slides if you want to go back and look at this. But right now they're saying that the Certified Public Accounting credential or the Certified Management Accountant credential are in-demand accreditations. Okay, and if you have skills with ERP software, like SAP, Oracle, Hyperion, if you're good at Excel, okay, if you have an MBA, if you're good at QuickBooks and good at some of the other accounting systems and SQL, standard structured query language. So if you're good at data analytics, you have the skills that a lot of employers are looking for. So we're going to focus today on that first one, CPA. And Robert Half also has some information on average salaries. So on the next slide, we have what public accountants make in the Los Angeles area on average. So 25th percentile would be new to the position. 50th percentile would be those that are pretty well established. And 75th percentile are those at the top of their game. So if you're coming into accounting, you're looking at the associate for audit or a tax associate. So you're probably starting somewhere between 65 and 85. But then it doesn't take very long to become a senior associate. And then with a little application and honing your skills, you can see that on the right, you can be making pretty good money as an accountant. Now, certainly that depends on the firm you're working for. If you're working for a big four firm and you get promoted to partner, you're blowing those figures out of the water. Okay, if you're working for a mid-sized accounting firm and you make partner or senior manager, you're doing really well. So it's a really good career to pursue. And people move from public accounting into corporate accounting too, and their salaries are pretty much in the same ballparks. And again, you can go to Robert Half and look at those. They give you the same kind of breakdown for people that are in corporate accounting. So the figures I gave you were based on Robert Half's projections for 2023, 2024. But a couple of years ago, Robert Half, in conjunction with the Institute of Management Accountants, the group that does the certified management accounting tests and certifications, did a global salary survey. And they found on average in the US that if you had an advanced degree, like an MS Accountancy, an MBA, that you were making about $16,000 a year more than accountants without the advanced degree. Also, if you had those in-demand certifications, the CPA or the CMA, you're making another 11 to 16,000 more. So you can see that getting an MS in accountancy degree and earning your CPA can be really profitable on average. Okay, so there are individual differences, of course, but again, this just confirms what I said earlier. This is a really good career. In addition to being a good career, getting that extra 1 year in a master's program helps you pass the CPA exam. So overall pass rate for all of the parts of the CPA exam is about 52%. But if you look at this chart, even though this chart is based on older data, that it still reflects what's currently going on in the CPA exam. Applicants for the credential with a bachelor's degree pass tests at about a 47 to 48% rate. And applicants with a graduate degree, like an MS Accountancy, pass at somewhere around the 57% rate. And so then overall, you get about a 52, 53% pass rate on any individual exam. And there's 4 exams for the CPA. The whole CPA exam structure is changing in January next year, which is another reason why the Master's in Accountancy program is really good. We are already planning for incorporating that material into our curriculum, and most undergraduate programs haven't quite got there yet. Probably could never get there with the broad spectrum of knowledge that's going to be needed for new accountants. Okay, so let's talk about the College of Business at Cal State Long Beach. First of all, we are AACSB accredited. AACSB stands for the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. It's been around over 100 years and providing accreditation. We're up for accreditation review in February of 2024. So it's a big deal. People really work hard at getting accredited, individual schools, and only about 6% of the business schools in the world are AACSB accredited. It's a little higher for business schools in the US, but that's the gold standard. It means that you're meeting all the requirements to be a player in the top level of business schools. Okay, if you look up Cal State Long Beach College of Business in a lot of the reviews, the Princeton Review, Forbes Best Colleges, Money.com's Best Colleges, you'll see that we excel in supporting diversity and mobility. So we provide a really good return on investment. We accept a really diverse range of incoming students, and we're really proud of that. But we provide an opportunity that many other schools don't provide. If you look at Money.com Best Colleges, when they rank colleges on cost and quality, you can see that Cal State Long Beach College of Business is ranked right up there with some of the colleges that consider themselves prestigious, Ivy League, et cetera. So if you measure us on the things that I think really matter to our students, then you see us ranked very highly. Okay, so what do we do for the students while they're here? Besides holding the classes, we also support students with a graduate business career services organization that help students tune up their resume, prepare for interviews. They can get internships, not so much in the MS Accountancy program because it's relatively short, but they certainly do that for our other programs. They also have a great program, the Graduate Mentor Program, that's going to happen next semester, happens every spring, where they connect students with alumni or employers, people that want to volunteer and be a mentor to our students. And then they give you lots of opportunities to network. So getting a good job these days is not only what you know, but who you know. And so networking is critically important in that. Okay, so these are some of the benefits of Cal State Long Beach College of Business MS and Accountancy program. Okay, so first of all, the program is designed to meet the 150-hour requirement for the CPA credential. Most undergraduate programs in the United States provide 120 hours, but you need that extra 30. And this is a convenient way of getting that. You not only get the extra 30 hours, but you get a master's degree. So you get a graduate certificate to put on your wall, and you get that knowledge that you went beyond in your education. Okay? It's a 12-month program. So we bring students in both the spring and the fall, but we get them out in actually less than 12 months. Students coming in the spring start school in January and they end in December. Students starting in the fall, which is where the applications are open for right now, will start in late August and finish at the end of summer, at the end of July the following year, 2025, which is really difficult to say. Our classes meet evenings and on Saturday mornings, so they're designed for working professionals. In other words, you can work and go to school. You'll be busy, but most of our students do it that way, and they like it that way. It is a cohort-based model, so you come in with a group and you stay in the same classes with that group or throughout the 12-month program unless something unusual happens. The campus is easy commuting distance from throughout the Southern California area, although most of our classes right now are hybrid, so you don't have to come all the time, which makes it also convenient. You get the benefits of in-person classes, but you get also the opportunity to take classes via Zoom in a hybrid format when that works out best for the individual classes. We have an extensive alumni network, a lot of accounting graduates, and they come back and do presentations on a regular basis to our Beta Alpha Psi and Accounting Society organizations. So you get to meet our alumni from all of the firms around Southern California. I already mentioned career advising and the other workshops that are available. Going to the next page. There is an opportunity to join Beta Alpha Psi, which is the Accounting Honorary Society, or also the Accounting Society. They meet together. They have a little bit different entrance requirements. Beta Alpha Psi has a little more in terms of the hours of service. It costs a little more. It gives you a few more benefits, but you can get most of the benefits by joining the Accounting Society. And that would give you opportunities to attend all of the firm presentations. You get to keep up on current accounting issues. You get to meet people in local accounting firms. And it's a great way to get a job. Beta Alpha Psi also has a facility for doing mock interviews and updating your resume. So it gives you a lot more tools to help you get the job that you want. We also provide a CPA review course. We give every student access to GLIME, their premium course, which if you went out and bought it from the GLIME website would be $2,000. You get that to use to help you study for the CPA exam until you pass the exam. Of course, our MS Accountancy program has no work experience required. We actually do not require an undergraduate accounting degree, although most of our entrants do have an undergraduate accounting degree. what we're looking for is those 4 prerequisite accounting courses. So you'd need to have the intermediate accounting 1, the intermediate accounting 2 upper division courses. You need to have a upper division tax course, and you need to have an upper division audit course. Okay, you could probably get through the program without those courses, but you wouldn't have the number of units needed to get your CPA credential, at least in the state of California, because they designate how many hours you have to have at the undergraduate level and how many hours you have to have at the graduate level and what kind of subjects those courses have to include. Okay, so what does our program cost? As accountants, that should be something that's important to you. How much does it cost? Our program cost is $19,000 approximately for California residents, and compare that to the annual average cost of $42,000 to $87,000 for similar U.S. programs, and some programs are more than a year, so that would increase if they go longer than a year. Our neighbor just to the south, UC Irvine, has a master's in public accountancy that costs about $70,000 per year, and it takes about a year and a half. So it is an excellent program, but it's also really expensive. Now, that $19,000 figure is for California residents. It is $31,000 for our international students or non-residents, but that's still way below the average for U.S. programs. So we think we're a great value. So what does your program look like? So we're on a semester program. Each of our classes is 4 units. So in the fall semester, the one that you'd be eligible to apply for, you'd take 3 classes for 12 units. Okay, so you're going to take a financial statement analysis course. You're going to take a corporate governance course, and you're going to take a tax course in the fall. Okay, and then in spring, you're going to take a data analytics course. You're going to take an advanced auditing course and another tax course. And then in the summer, you're going to take a forensic accounting course for 2 units and your capstone course, which includes ethics and professional responsibilities for accountants, which is a 4-unit course. So all the master's programs have a capstone course, which is supposed to kind of combine everything in the program. Now, we're bringing in some students in the spring. They will take the same spring classes, data analytics, auditing, and tax. They'll take the same summer classes, forensic accounting and professional responsibilities and ethics, but then they'll finish up in the fall and they'll take financial statement analysis, corporate governance, and another tax course. So most of our courses are really not designed to build on each other. They're just designed to address different parts of the CPA exam. So that's why we can have the capstone course in the summer and still come back and do more courses. And now Lindsay's going to talk about how to apply for the program.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Smith. I promise this will be quick, everyone. So hopefully now you are really excited to apply for the MS Accountancy program and potentially even for fall term, which is open right now, as Dr. Smith mentioned. In order to be eligible to apply to one of our graduate business programs, an applicant should have a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution or currently be pursuing one while they're applying. The undergraduate GPA requirement for the university, which is a California State University-wide requirement, so across all 23 CSU campuses, is a 2.50. The College of Business tends to receive more applications than can be accommodated for students, and so we do have a slightly higher GPA requirement of a 2.75 GPA for our graduate business programs. We do have this caveat statement here. So just having a bachelor's degree and meeting the minimum GPA requirement does not automatically mean that all applicants are admitted. There's a few other application components that are required, and we'll talk a little bit more about those and some of our tips and tricks for how to make sure that you have the best submission possible. For folks who are international students who will be studying on a visa or who may have received a degree from overseas, depending on the location, they may also need to submit the English language requirement. TOEFL, IELTS, and the Duolingo exams are the most common ones. However, the Center for International Education has a plethora of other test scores that they accept to meet the English language requirement as well. All right, so the application process is completed completely online via a portal called Cal State Apply. There are 4 different quadrants of the application to complete. And we also have an application guide that applicants can have kind of open side by side while they're working on the Cal State Apply application. The application does cost a one-time non-refundable fee of $70. If you are applying to multiple CSUs, maybe you're applying to a program at another CSU, and then you're applying to the MS Accountancy program at California State University at Long Beach, that's a $70 fee per application. The deadline for submission for fall 2024 is March 15th if you are an international student who will be studying on a visa, or June 1st if you are a domestic student. Once you submit the Cal State Apply application, you will then submit your official transcripts and any test scores as needed and required. We'll talk a little bit more about the different steps within the application portal and those different quadrants next. We are very pleased that the Graduate Programs Committee has determined that the GMAT and GRE exam will continue to be waived for all fall 2024 applicants. This was a waiver that was in place during the pandemic due to some challenges with testing facilities closing temporarily. And so we're very pleased that the GPC has continued to waive this requirement for fall 2024. Additionally, the application consists of a resume, a video statement of purpose, a short answer essay, and 2 letters of recommendation. Once you're ready to apply, you'll go to our Cal State Apply website, select the term that you're interested in applying for, and create your account. If you previously applied to a California State University, then Cal State Apply is the same portal for all 23 campuses. And so your data may already be there and you might just need to refresh your password or something like that. These are the 4 quadrants of the application, and this page is referred to as the application dashboard. As you complete each of the different quadrants, you will see the sections are completed and it will turn green and have a check mark, just like the ones pictured here. In quadrant 1, this is your personal information. So this is your contact information. You're going to provide your name, some other details, your email address so that we can send you the admissions notification. So quadrant 1 is all about you and your personal details. Quadrant 2 is your academic history. This is where you will enter the colleges and institutions that you have previously attended or are currently attending. You'll also need to enter your GPA from your institutions that you've attended or are currently attending. We know that it can be really confusing to read the unofficial transcripts, and sometimes there's multiple GPAs listed. The one that University Admissions is looking for is your cumulative GPA from your undergraduate program. It's okay if you're not sure which one that is, or you enter one that is not the accurate one in this system, because you will be sending your official transcripts to University Admissions and they will be confirming that information. Quadrant 3 is supporting information. There's only one tab here called experiences, and there's actually nothing to submit in this section because you'll be uploading your resume with your experiences in the 4th quadrant. So we'll go into a little more details about the 4th quadrant next. There are 4 different tabs: home, questions, documents, and recommendations. So you'll click on each of these tabs to upload or input the information required. In quadrant 4 within the questions tab, this is where you will link your video statement of purpose. We do not have an interview as part of the process. Some other graduate schools might have an interview as part of like the follow-up to the admissions procedure. We don't do that, and that's because we have the video statement. So this is kind of an informal or more casual interview, if you will. So you'll record yourself responding to the 4 prompts here. We ask you to briefly introduce yourself and explain your educational and career background. We want you to talk about your career goals for the next 3 to 5 years. We would like to learn what your long-term dream job is. And then finally, what are you doing to prepare yourself for graduate school? The video should be 3 to 5 minutes in length. We recommend spending approximately 1 minute on each of these prompts to kind of help get you to that minute marker. Applicants can utilize any video platform that they want, as long as the video is publicly available and the admissions committee does not have to create a login or password or have any username information in order to access the video. YouTube tends to be one of the more popular platforms because it's free to have an account and upload. But again, you can utilize any video platform just as long as the video is available publicly. All right. In the Documents tab in Quadrant 4, this is where candidates will upload their resume, short answer essay, and the test waiver document. You'll upload your resume in the resume section. You'll upload your short answer essay in the essay section. For the short answer essay, this is truly short. So it has a maximum of 1 page, 12-point font, double-spaced with 1-inch margins. And we're asking candidates to write about a time when they experienced a challenge and how they overcame that challenge. And what would they do differently if they experienced the challenge over again? So again, this is maximum 1 page, essentially a short answer writing sample essay. Finally, in the Documents tab, this is also where you'll upload the test waiver. Again, this is a blanket test waiver available to all applicants for fall 2024 so that they do not have to take the GMAT or GRE. There's nothing that has to be done to be eligible for this. It's just available for everyone, but there is a required section in Quadrant 4 in the Documents tab where you'll need to upload this document that's linked here. All right. As Dr. Smith mentioned earlier, a bachelor's degree in accountancy is not required. However, applicants do need to have completed or be working towards completing the 4 prerequisite accountancy courses. In the unofficial transcripts tab within the documents section, you'll indicate if you have completed or are currently enrolled in the prerequisite courses here. Finally, the last tab in Quadrant 4 is the Recommendations tab. Within this tab, you will enter the name and email addresses of 2 recommenders. As soon as you enter their email, they will automatically receive the notification email with a link and additional instructions for how to upload their letter of recommendation for you. Although only 2 letters of recommendation are required, you can enter up to 3 individuals and their emails. We get a lot of questions from applicants who are concerned that maybe someone is a little flaky or might not be able to meet the deadline. So you can enter the names of up to 3 individuals, but only 2 letters are required. We also have some helpful tips here that you can include and send to the individuals who are writing you your letters of recommendation. So a letter of recommendation should include their history with you. So how do they know you? In what capacity have they known you? How long? A statement of the characteristics that they believe you have that will help you to succeed in graduate school. It should also include some descriptions of the contributions that you've brought either to the company, to the organization, to the classroom experience. And then a strong closing statement of your endorsement for your candidacy for admission to the program. Letters of recommendation can be from current or previous faculty members if you're currently a student, They could also be from current or previous employers or supervisors. So quadrant 4 is the last quadrant for Cal State Apply. Once you've submitted and paid for your application, it's then time to send in transcripts. If you have attended or are currently attending an institution within the United States, then it's possible that they are set up to send and receive transcripts electronically. If so, then you can enter the email address listed here, es-idptrans@csulb.edu. And then the transcript will just automatically be sent from your current or former institution to Cal State Long Beach. Alternatively, you can also have your previous or current institution mail your transcript via snail mail, or you can drop it off to our Office of Enrollment Services and University Admissions. If you are currently attending or have ever attended California State University at Long Beach, there is no need to request a Cal State Long Beach transcript to be sent to Cal State Long Beach. So if you attended here at any point or are currently attending here, you do not need to request a Cal State Long Beach transcript. University admissions will have access to everything that you've done while a student at Cal State Long Beach. For individuals who have transcripts from institutions abroad, you also should wait until you have submitted your Cal State Apply application to send any transcripts. Transcripts can be sent to the International Admissions Office. So that's a different admissions office than the one that was on the previous slide. So the Center for International Education Admissions Office will be the ones to evaluate and receive in the transcripts. And any questions about their process or how they can accept items should be directed to them at CIE-admission@csulb.edu. I'm not sure if we have any current CSULB undergraduate students here, but if so, you might be familiar or have seen some flyers about the fast track application. This is a special application process just for our current CSULB undergraduate students who are majoring in business. They have to have a 3.0 or higher at the time that they're submitting the fast track application and maintain that through graduation. If a student meets these requirements and is interested, they just have to email us for a link to the fast track application. We'll then follow up with them if they are preliminarily admitted to the MS Accountancy program about next steps and how to submit the Cal State Apply application with the fast track eligibility. All right, we're going to go ahead and open it up for questions now. Just a friendly reminder, everyone will receive the copy of this PowerPoint presentation as well as a link to the recording just as soon as it downloads once this session ends. We're going to open it up for questions and answers. And if you have something that pops up after the session ends, feel free to reach out to us. We're located in the College of Business building in room 363. You can also email us and you can call us. And we also have a lot of helpful information on our website. Thank you so much for joining us. We're glad you're interested in the MS Accountancy program at California State University at Long Beach.
If you have any